So again, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about this hypothetical world that y'all are talking about. I'm not talking about what would be ideal. I am talking about the reality.
Yeah.
And
But you can
Um,
choose to not have children.
you
that's
said
true.
what?
You can choose to not have children. That's the difference. You might not be able to say, hey, I'm going to get this six-figure job or I'm going to buy this house whenever I want. But having children is a choice. There's precautions that you can take to prevent yourself from having kids. And the main issue here is not necessarily like, oh, this whole 50-50. It's the fact that if you're going to sit down and lay down and get a woman pregnant, the least you can do is allow her to stay at home and take care of that child and raise that child without having to worry about going back to work and sending her kid off to some random daycare, you
That
know?
that that's an important point. And me being a mother of two sons, legitimately, I mean, they're young, so I don't say these things outright to them, but I definitely give them the sense that if they produce offspring, they are responsible for that offspring and the offspring's mother. And I want them to have the understanding that that's a very important decision that they make when they become adult men, that they have to make sure that they are willing to support that woman, to support that child. And that woman idealistically has to be their wife. Otherwise, mama's going to be mad. Mama's going to be on their behinds about it because I care genuinely about the black community. Even myself, like as a mom, everything like that, like when I see women, and specifically black women, and they don't have the support, sometimes I do limb myself like, hey, like you can just give the child to me to when you're at work. And that's me being kind of like, I want this child to have the best. But I just wish as a community we just were more collective in that support. I know it's wishful thinking. I know I'm Aquarius, so I probably have like a
Me
humanitarian.
too. I'm Aquarius.
Ah! Hey, so I have a humanitarian perspective. I just want like everyone to be good. And even my channel, like in my channel, my on YouTube and on TikTok, like I'm not gatekeeping. I telling all the things I do with my kids, like help them be in better spaces, and I want genuinely other black children specifically. I mean, I get non-black children as well, but everyone to be in a better place. But I know the maternal support in the beginning of life is so critical.
Hmm.
It's insane. And I just wish that men understood how much, whether they like their baby's mother or not, how critical that was to support them in order for their child to be uplifted in so many ways.
Facts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Again, all the things I don't disagree with what y'all are saying. In a hypothetical world, ideologically, yeah, it would be great if every woman could, be with a man that can be this 100% financial provider and provide them the opportunity that when they get pregnant to like not only not work while they're pregnant, but even after they deliver the baby, enable them to be with the child during those formal years. But again, like I think us talking about something that's not reality is kind of pointless for real.
Ah,
That's
I
what I
mean, it is
honestly.
reality. I don't see why it wouldn't be reality.
But what percentage of women is that reality for real? If we had
what do you
this,
mean?
like we look,
Before marriage or after?
I don't even like you just told me, Britt, that okay, and Dev, I'm gonna ask you. So Britt said she believes 8 to 10 women that are in a relationship with a man that they live with contribute financially to their household. What out of 10 women, Dev, how many women out of those 10 women that are living with the man do you think contribute financially to their household in America, child or not?
White or black?
White, yeah, across all demographics. I'm asking Dev. Dev, what percentage, what out of 10 women, how many women do you think contribute financially to their household?
No, well, why'd you just bring this man up?
Wait, white or
What
black?
you got? What you got with Guru?
Is
So
it
we
white
got
or
Black
black?
Guru in
Because
the
black,
building, ladies and gentlemen.
honestly, black and white women really,
I'm
black
sorry.
and white
What you?
women skew this stat so bad because the non-black and non-white women, those stats are very heavy on the men. I'm
Brit.
just saying,
Again,
like the skew.
no,
I'm
no,
just saying
no,
the
no,
skew.
no, Brit,
'Cause,
Brit. It's not
I'm a
different.
numbers geek, so it's like what the numbers say underneath it all when you like pull it out is, I study stats,
Let me
so
let me let me let me say this before Dev even says anything, because I was trying to say this earlier. Again, there is a specific someone Black Gent said this earlier, and I said this earlier. A man can be a 100% provider if a woman obliges to living under his means. Okay, and a lot of women 30 and under in a specific demographic have no interest in living in a man's means. Right?
that man is saying it
Wait, Brit,
from
hold
a
on,
scientific standpoint. Because
wait.
my mother, no, 100%, my father paid every bill. But I didn't live in a household. I didn't grow up in a household where my father was the last word. At the end of the day, my mother was very like she was very chill. But but that chill, she never yelled. She was just so calm. She was just so meek. She was just so gentle. But I knew to the end of my day, I could not upset her because that was the end. Her word was the end. I knew that. Like, and my father knew that. And everyone knew that. Her calm energy was the root. So when people say that, it's such BS because it's like, yeah, the man could be like rah rah rah, and my father was rah rah rah, right? Of course, he bought
Brit,
the cars, he bought the house, he bought the things, he made the decisions out front.
Brit.
But my mother was the calm under every decision. And so I'm not trying to hear that. The woman at the end of the day, behind just like Barack to Michelle, behind every man that is in the leadership position, there is a woman that is the calm that he comes to, that makes the final decision. I'm not trying to hear nothing else. My mother made every final decision, but you never heard her. You never heard her
Brit.
speak.
Brit. Again, your mother lived within your father's means. So let me just finish what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
There's a spe-
but she, yes, she did, of course. But he
okay,
could
okay,
provide.
wait, just let me finish what I'm
But
gonna
he could
say.
provide. Real quick, he could provide at anything that she wanted. He provided. There was never anything she wanted that he was like, I can't do that. Sit your ass down. Be quiet. Like,
Okay,
he was
let me
always
finish
like,
what I'm
if
about to
that's what
say.
you want, I'm gonna get that.
Whatever your mother desired, she was able to get it because it was in your dad's means. And again,
That's not 100% true. So I remember
okay, okay,
they got married.
Just let me
They,
just let me.
they were in
I
their
don't want to lose my
20s.
train of thought.
And
Let me
there was
finish.
wait, real quick. They got married in their 20s, and her father told my father, who was her husband at the time, that there was a house for sale next to their house. He didn't know if he had the money or not. She didn't know if he had the money or not. And because my father was such a prideful man, he made sure that he bought that house, which is still not famous to this day. I'm about to kick them renters out because he's not paying me. But he made sure to buy that house next to her parents' house to prove that he was worthy to be in that family. Like at the end of the day, as a man, like okay, cause and for her, she was one of the first black women in that community to even go to college and get her degree and whatever. And so I'm talking about my grandmother at the time. I'm talking about my grandmother. But like she got her degree and she was like, whatever. And he made sure that she felt like he would take care of everything. And she could do whatever she wanted to do. And she could pick whatever she wanted to do. And she didn't have to pay for nothing. She didn't pay for her groceries, nothing. He literally let her pick whatever she wanted to at the grocery store. And then he would come in with his wallet and pay for it.
First of all,
And when I was a kid, that's what I witnessed.
first
So
of all,
when I
do you
come
know how much they
here
lived
and
off of
people
back then?
complaining, I don't even understand. Like,
Do you know how much they lived off? Do
where's
you know how
the
much they lived off
foundation
of?
of like the women taking care of the children in the house and y'all taking care of everything else and
Ma'am,
making
do
sure
you know how
that your
much they
next
lived off of?
generation can flourish,
Do you know
can
how much they lived off
prosper,
of?
can have degrees,
Do you
can
know how much
be
they
a
lived
master,
off
have
of?
their masters, be blah blah blah. Like
Do you know how
where's the
much they lived
pride?
off of? Do you know how much they lived off of back then? They didn't buy all this stuff. They didn't have all this stuff. They didn't have all these luxury items. They didn't
I'm
live
not,
it.
but I'm in 2023 and I'm not complaining because I
Okay.
live off of what they did.
Well, I'm telling
But
you
what
right
I'm
now, they didn't
saying
live off of
is,
much.
where
They
is
didn't live. They
pride?
didn't live off of much of anything as
So if
comparison to what you guys.
somebody wants to
Hold on.
complain now because their parents ended the work,
Hold,
that's a
hold
different
on.
story.
Hold on.
But
They
at the
didn't
end of
live
the
off of
day,
much of
I'm not
nothing. And
complaining.
I'm telling you right now, they know how to stretch their money. They stretch their groceries. Those women knew how to take care of multiple children. Listen, I didn't heard these tonight talk about, oh, I told mine he can either have one child or I can bring this money in. It's not gonna be both. These women can't, they handicapped, brother. They can't do much of nothing. They can't tie their shoes and brush their teeth at the same time. All right. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you a woman hater? You said
It's
they
one
can't
or the
tie
other.
their
Listen,
shoes.
Britt, don't even
they
pay no
can't even
attention
do
to
their
That's
own,
him.
kind of weird.
brother, they can't even do their own hair most of the time, right? That's why they got to put these wigs and stuff on. They are handicapped out here
Okay,
today in this day
misogyny.
and time.
Can we
Listen,
get to the point?
the women of old, they knew how to, you know how many more things they could do. Ask one of these women of today to sew a button. They can't sew nothing. Okay, you talking about those women back then could make and sew clothes. They could put a whole outfit together with just
Can you?
fabric and needle and
Because my
thread
friend's
or a
husband
sewing
made her whole
machine.
outfit for
They
our
can't
party.
sew. They
Cute.
can't
Brittany,
even
don't even
sew
pay
a
him any mind,
button on
honestly.
today, brother
Don't.
Noble.
It's
You
very
understand what I'm saying?
misogyny.
They don't
I
even know how
have
to
him
sew.
blocked. I don't even know how I'm seeing him right
Brother,
now.
How you getting
I've had
brother
him
him?
blocked
Noble,
for
do you
like
know
3
that they
months.
don't know how to sew a button on anymore? Do you know
It's
how bad that
weird.
is?
Right. And okay, so Britt, what I was saying, Britt, is and Britt, please just let me finish before you continue. I just want to finish
Part of
what
the
I'm
busy
saying.
life, though.
What I'm saying is like whether you want to agree, just let me finish. A man can be a 100% provider when a woman decides to live within that man's means, okay? And a large percent, one second, and a large percentage of a specific group of women, they don't have any interest in living within a man's means. They want to live what they see on Black Girl Luxury TikTok. They
Mhm.
want to see what they see. They want to live what they see baby mamas and girlfriends and wives of athletes and
Journey.
entertainers living. That
Journey.
is that is not reality, okay? I just told you that on average, the average black man, the average black woman makes between 42 and 45K annually. So like what type of lifestyle are they really living? And this wait one second. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I find it so interesting that this specific group of women would rather take their 42 to 45K and be 100% responsible financially for their own lifestyle with that amount of money than put that together with another man that's in the same socioeconomic bracket as them and put that money together and try to do what they can with that.
Mhm.
What sense does that make to do it all by yourself? Then, but and again, that goes to having a partnership mindset. But these women don't have a partnership mindset, right?
But we
That's what
don't want to be in a situation where we're going 50-50 with the man, and then we end up having a kid with him, and then we still got to work while pregnant and while we have kids. That's not a good situation to be in. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone out shopping or just, gone to a retail store, gone to the grocery store, and I see a pregnant woman standing up, stocking the shelf, helping people out shopping and whatnot, and she's pregnant. 6 months pregnant, 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. Like, that's sad. She shouldn't be working. She should be at home, in the couch, on the bed, relaxing, taking care of the kid. She shouldn't be out there working and
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
Like,
100%.
that's just like not
let me
okay.
let me let me
So
ask y'all
you
a
really
question.
can't blame women for wanting to be with a guy who is financially sound and financially stable, because that's going to set up her kids for a good future.
Dev,
And I
I'm not.
have,
One second, Brit. Dev, I'm not saying that. I'm not against or saying that women should not want to. I just said that women should want to be with a man that can enable them to be in a specific position. But again, I am just speaking on reality. But what I want to hear from you two women is, so what we need to talk about the women that are, especially in this specific community. Let's talk about the women that are having kids by these men that are not enabling them to be in that position, and are having multiple children by these men that cannot and will never be able to have them in that position. What do we need to say about those women? Let's talk about those women for a second. What does that say about them?
they're believing the lies those men are telling them. I mean, let's not act as if those men aren't pretending, as if they aren't going to always be in that situation. They are telling them all types of lies. They are gaslighting them, and those women are believing it. So I've said it before on this live before that there just needs to be more aid to the women, in terms of their like fathers, their brothers, their cousins, to help them vet. Vetting is important. Don't even take pictures with these guys. I think women, now that like TikTok is showing how men really feel about them, that they're going to take this very seriously. Don't even take pictures with these dudes. Don't even smile. Don't even talk.
Let me let me play something for you. Let me play something for y'all real quick. Let me play something for y'all. 1 second.
And this guy was asking, well, this guy said that a lot, like, there's women out here who are pregnant who choose to work. I don't know a woman who is 6, 7, 8 months pregnant that wants to work. Like, let's be for real.
Let me play this for y'all.
But
Let me play this for y'all.
I don't know no
We
woman.
did. That you want to die on that hill of I have
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Please mute up for a second. Please mute up for a second. Let me play this for y'all.
are a woman that you want to die on that hill of I have to be with a man that makes more money than you. Well, like I said, 33% of men make $50,000 or more. 13% of black men, according to blackdemographics.com, make $75,000 or more. 13% of black men. So if you do not cap yourself at a certain income, if you go above that $75,000, you are literally limiting your options so low if hypergamy is a hill you want to die on. So I'm advising women, if you genuinely want to be with a man that makes more money than you, just be mindful. Because when you get to where I'm at, your options are so small, it's not even funny. And like basically reminded us all, we don't qualify for those men. So be careful. Cap yourself at a certain amount. Like basically said, do the research. See how many black men make that much money. If you genuinely want to be with a man that makes more money than you, do not make too much money, or else you're going to drastically limit your options. You're a woman that you want to die on that hill of.
So 13%, and I'm part of that 13%. Thank God. So if only 33% are making 50,000, and only 13% of black men are even making 75,000. If you're not gonna live within a man's means, what type of lifestyle are y'all expecting? What type of lifestyle are y'all expecting?
Again, that stat probably goes from 18 to 65. So I really don't care how much an 18-year-old to 25-year-old black man makes. He's a child. That's
Mm-hmm.
step one. He's not even getting married. So that stat gets very skewed once you start narrowing in on marriageable ages. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, when you start going into regions, it starts to get more real. So it's a very broad stat, and I'm glad I know about data and stat to know that that is not relevant. It's so broad, it's comical. That's number one. Number two, get married when you're ready. Okay, that's it. That's it. Get married when you're financially ready.
That's really that simple.
Just chill until then. Just chill until then. Now, that's not gonna be as fun for men. Like men keep saying this as opposed to like, oh, pick better, blah blah. That's not gonna be that fun for men. Because if women picked better and we didn't date until men were marriageable and ready, it's not gonna be that fun for y'all.
Hmm.
Very long time. And you're not gonna like it.
No
Like
coochie.
keep saying that.
Wait. So what's preventing women, especially black women, from picking better? What's preventing them from doing that?
I'm sorry.
What's preventing black women from picking better?
Usually misogyny. Like you're groomed to be nice and be considerate. Just like even in what you're asking, it's like, oh, we only gonna make this much. So why not be nicer? Right? It's like, but like you're 18 and I'm 29. Like I shouldn't be nicer. I shouldn't be considering that income level, right? From someone who's 29 when you're giving me the income level of someone who's 18. So that's where that comes in. Like it's statistically funny. Like stop.
Like you said misogyny is preventing black women from picking better?
Yes, what you just said. You're not hearing? You're not hearing? You're trying to be so nice about the fact that men at 18 are making low wages and women at 29 should average that in. Why should women at 29 average in a 19-year-old's low income capabilities? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to raise a generation of women, my daughters and my nieces, to not date a man until he is financially responsible enough to be able to take care of a family, period. And if that means she doesn't date until she's 25, 26, 30 years old, I'm okay with that. Because the last thing I want is my daughter or my nieces getting with some guy who's making, I don't know, 30, 40K a year and doesn't have no assets and she gets pregnant by him. I don't need all that. We don't need all that. Mm-mm. So, like, yeah.
So
You
again,
got. I mean, here's the thing. It's like you gotta pick your poison, Noble. Y'all men, y'all gotta pick y'all's poison. Because at the end of the day, like we're not gonna keep settling anymore. Like women, like we're tired. Like we're tired of having kids and not getting married and not having nothing in return.
That my kid. You already know
Like,
who's gonna marry him. It's not. It's
are they tired, Dev?
we go Indian style. Like
Dev, are they tired for real?
of course we're tired. Like nobody wants to be working and 6, 7, 8 months pregnant. Like, like.
it's super done. I'd have never.
Okay, so when you say
I've never
settling,
had a job and I was like about to give birth. That's wild.
what exactly are they settling for?
Can you imagine your boss telling you when you're about to give birth? And you got to worry about that. And you got to worry about when you got to call back in and breastfeeding and you about to
Mhm.
die. Are you serious?